And welcome everybody to Cash and Trash, episode 6. We're going to talk about UFC Vegas 85 results, look at some betting reviews, what we missed, what we hit with my co-host that just sneaks on in.
Give me a second, man. I'm gonna make a post and share a little bit.
Sounds good. We'll get some people in here. I sent it, I don't know, probably about 10. No, basically, I'm watching the main event. I mean, Imam beat the shit out of this fucking guy. That rule is absolutely stupid. I don't care if your goddamn hand's on the ground. Like, I can kick you in the head while you're standing up, but I can't kick you in the head when you have your hand on the ground. Like, I guess you haven't watched too much kickboxing in your fucking day. You guys have been beating the living shit out of each other with fucking leg kicks and body kicks and head kicks for over a decade. But I hit some bets. I got screwed on one by Bobby Green, where he had I thought he was going to turn into a little bit more of a grappling match for a little bit. I guess I was kind of dumb on thinking that because he was so old. I guess I neglected to think of a 39-year-old that was going to really take out a guy with the reach of Bobby Green. Why wouldn't he fight an old man like that with just pressure forward and swing a little wild and get a hold of him? I was also really pissed off at my ESPN because I've been trying to watch this goddamn last fight. I watched every single one of them except for the main event because I was tired and I just wanted to watch something else. And I get back on the internet and ESPN will not play any fucking videos on there at all. And then I finally get it to fucking play. My computer reboots when I go upstairs. I'm still trying to watch the last freaking round.
Hello.
What up?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I had some trouble watching the fights too yesterday. I was busy, had a birthday party and all that stuff, so didn't really get to
Yeah,
pay attention to some of the middle of the card.
gotcha. I watch bits and pieces. I got my old man to come out and watch some fights with me. That was kind of fun. Sit there and joke around. I mean, the guy got me into all combat sports. My dad was a pretty good wrestler.
Nice.
But them early fights were pretty good. They were. Here we got
Yeah,
Andrew.
yeah. I caught most of the early fights. Um, I missed some of those middling ones, and then got out of that party so I could finish those last two.
So what did you hit on? What were your
Man,
big hits of the night?
man,
What do you got?
I made the mistake. So knowing that I was going to be busy, I guess I got just overzealous and went back into my old way of just going heavy on parlays, longer legs for some stupid ass reason, putting whole units on them, and I ended up down 2 units for the night, even though I had a lot of winning straight plays.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest one was I put almost 2 units on Luana Carolina, and that was a good win right there.
Oh,
But
that was a save. Holy shit, you were shaking in your boots.
yeah, I'm not gonna say it was an easy
Yeah, that
one,
was a
but it was a.
close one. Yeah, I lost fucking money on that too. I always bet on anybody who loses or misses weight just because I get mad. So I'm always like, fuck you, you're losing. And
Bro,
they
I don't
always,
know who
they,
it was in the space last week, but someone said something about like basically along the lines of like if you bet on Yulia as a favorite, you're an idiot. And it kind of just resonated with me and it made me pull off. And then as I watched the fight, I'm just like, damn, I'm glad I listened to whoever the fuck said that.
That was
yeah,
me. That
yeah.
was me. I said it. I was like, it is completely stupid to
I might
bet
even have done it
Yulia.
just because you said that to see if I could like throw it in your face, but
I mean, look,
you get to throw it in mine.
even
But
if
that was
she
a fucking bad
won,
stoppage. That was a bad stoppage. Come on. What the fuck are you kidding me?
I don't even remember the stoppage.
There was 8 seconds left, and
I
she's like lightly hammer fisting her with like
no,
fucking Roy Nelson.
Too
Uh,
many unanswered stuff. Like,
no,
blah
that wasn't
blah
a bad
blah blah.
bad stoppage. She
Eight
just
seconds
sat there.
left.
She just sat there and just got her face punched
Okay, main
in.
event. Main event. Should they have stopped that one?
Yes.
Yeah, he hit him 20 fucking times in the head.
I'm the biggest Roman fan, and I was already thinking, well, this is over. This is sad as fuck.
Yeah,
First round finish. Um,
like that should have been stopped more than that. That fucking.
bro, I was shaking in my
I still think
boots
she
when
would have
that
lost
happened
though.
because I took the over 2.5. And I'm just like, you son of a bitch. If you don't fucking survive this first round,
Oh, that was a good fight. I can't believe she got out of that submission too.
yeah, man. Yeah, that was my biggest. That was the biggest bet that I had of the night. I mean, single, shall
Hmm.
I say? Um, and I think we were talking in the group while it was going on, saying like easy money, and then this bitch decided to just keep on going into the ground, and not only like just going into the ground game with her, but like, yeah, let me sit in your guard, let me put one hand out of your guard, and let me just extend the arm for you, like giving her every shot to get that arm bar. And it's like, bitch, stop it, man.
I mean, I had a bunch of little bets. Like I had the Gilbert Charles to go. Doesn't go the distance. I put a unit on. I had a 3 leg parlay of Lee. Uh, I took the Maduros, and then I did the over 1.5 on the Thomas Peterson and Jamal Vargas because I just knew they both sucked. So I was not picking anybody who was going to win. I mean, if you really did hit the Jamal thing, which I think a lot of people did, I think was a pretty good bet, man. I wish I would have kind of stepped on it. I think I had a hard part because I watched Jamal first and I was like, he sucks. And then I watched freaking Thomas and I was like, he sucks too. Uh, what in the hell is going to go on with this? I was like, the only thing is they always end up at like decisions and shit. I'm like, so neither one of them are going to knock each other out in the first round. So it's definitely going to go over.
Yeah,
Rhino, you're in the spaces every week, bro. You hear me and Usman say it every single week, bro. Every single week. It's the same shit, bro. I'm glad you listen.
yeah, I was gonna say, man, for since I very first joined these spaces, it was rule 871. Low level heavyweights, they're gonna give you the over. And this was an easy hit, fucking giving it to us at over 1.5. And honestly, I was on Jamal the whole time. I only took the over. But just some talking about Peterson getting an early finish pulled me off of the Jamal side, especially at a dog. Kind of really kicked my own ass on that one, because Jamal does suck, but he's going to. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Like, cause he sucks for heavyweight and the talent of the UFC, but he's not bad. He's always going to do what he needs to do to get a win. And if you suck just as much as him, you're not gonna win. And that jab, that leg kick, it's like sucking, but having good fight IQ, shall I say?
Yeah, I think the experience played a big role. You know what I mean? I'm sure if you look at like what the percentage is, but people don't usually fare too well in their UFC debuts. Like statistically speaking, not many people win.
Especially
Obviously,
like recently, like this
yeah. So like
last
obviously
couple
Dana
years.
will have his guys that he wants to push and stuff like that, but it's like majority of the time, dude, a lot of people lose their UFC debut and it's
That's because there's
completely
so many more.
normal.
It's because there's so many more fights.
Yeah.
So when
So
you're
it's like
putting on
hindsight's
this many
2020,
cards,
but it's like, how the fuck was this guy who barely has any MMA experience? How the fuck is this guy a favorite in his UFC
yeah.
debut against a guy who's got like 3 or 4 fights and he's won them? You know?
Well, it made sense. He was when I looked him up. I think he was a Division II wrestler, but I don't know. His wrestling to MMA did not really transition well because he fucking sucks.
You know what's crazy about that fight? So in the space, I said I like the over. I was like, I already have the 1.5 locked and loaded, ready to go. And I was like, but I'm probably gonna play the 2.5 too, because the line was really good. And
And
then
then
for
the other
whatever reason,
one,
I fucking punked out and I just kept the 1.5 and didn't bet the 2.5. And when the
uh,
fight was going on, I'm going, you son of a bitch, you let
yeah,
people get in
those
your
are the
head.
ones you hate the most. That's why, like Molly, I hoped that Diana was just going to win a round. So I was hoping it was going to be a good fucking brawl. So I gave her that, and I lost on that. And
Bro,
that was
that's the
another
only
one,
fight that like thoroughly shocked me. You know what I
dude.
mean?
When
Like,
Molly walked out, I was like, "Fuck, she's gonna
right.
beat the shit out of this girl." Like
Yeah,
she
she had
looked,
that look like all week. She was just
yeah.
so focused.
Well, she was in such good shape. That was 10 times better shape than I think I've ever seen her.
For
And then when
sure.
I was like, this was her debut down, I'm like, I didn't remember that. Why didn't I remember that? I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking, I wish I could just go put my whole house on her right now because she's about to fucking beat the shit out of this chick, and she did.
So I hit a 3-teamer, I hit a 2-teamer, and then I lost my other 2-teamer. So it's like overall picks, I went 6 for 7. And the
Mm,
one that I missed was the Belbita fight because I was like, it's going the distance. Let's fucking take it. And then, yeah.
yeah, I went 3 for 6. And then Lee was my big one too. So I had another bet, 2 units on Lee. He kicked the shit out of him, man.
I completely laid off that fight. I was like, no.
Yeah, I knew that Lee was way above his stature, so I called that one pretty good. Because
Man,
there's
yeah,
no time that motherfucker did anything.
I didn't, I didn't hit any of the parlays, but it really just sucks because they were all just one leg away. I went 1.5 units on just three on a 3-teamer, and fucking hazmat Maxim shit the bed, and then it's just hindsight 2020, man. All week I was saying like Johnson, and I mean the line said it too. Johnson gives us overs. Just take an easy over, take the easy over, and instead of taking the easy over on these parlay, I took fucking hype train Maxim, which sucks because I Maxim, and there is another like young Rush Asian dude here in 125 where like they got some pretty good hype from their debut, but I don't think that they're all that, you know what I mean? And anyways, I just went with the hype and fucking put Maxim as a damn favorite on my parlay,
Yeah.
and fucking killed me. But
It's
I
wild because you were talking about that over in the space, and I'm like, Usman is right. That's exactly what Charles is. Charles is free fucking overs all day. And then for whatever reason, when I wanted to throw it in the lay, I'm just like, you know what? This one is a little bit juiced. I've already got better lines for overs. I was like, I'm gonna lay off. And then once it happened, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, you just laid off of a free bet, you fucking idiot.
Well, he was
and for
on. I had mine on that on my four-legger. The only thing that I put on again was fucking Randy Brown because I thought it was going to be a fucking another snooze fest of wrestling fucking, you know. And as soon as it started, I'm like, fuck. Randy Brown
So
got
that
so
Randy
much of
Brown
his.
fight, actually, that was the fight that I laid off because I was like, you know what? I was like, I like the over all fucking week. And then for whatever reason, it was like Friday night. I'm like, you know what? Salakov's almost 40. He's slowing down.
Yeah,
I was like, there's a fucking damn good chance I think Randy Brown gets him out of there. Now, I didn't
yeah.
think he would get him out like the way he did and how quickly he did. but it was enough to make me be happy that I laid off the over on that one.
Yeah.
What's funny is I had said in the group um, for us to keep an eye out on our Friday space so that we can make clips of like sometimes we call this shit perfect.
Hmm.
If you remember in that Friday space when it came down to this Randy Brown fight, every single one of us were like, yeah, Randy Brown by decision, Randy Brown over, Randy Brown
I
by
know.
decision. And then somebody joked around and said, well, now all of us are saying Randy Brown over. Fucking Randy Brown is going to come and get a knockout in the
That
first
was
round.
me.
Somebody, yeah,
I'm,
somebody joked about it.
I called
I
that
was
because
like, oh well, we're all in conclusion. That means some freaky shit's gonna happen.
well, whenever it seems like it's too easy to call and you're like, oh, he's just going to knock him out, it goes to decision.
But see, that's the tricky thing is like you gotta like be able to separate. Like, okay, is this one too easy or am I overthinking it? And
Uh,
sometimes you fuck yourself.
I think
It's
it's
like the
too easy.
Charles one. Like the Charles one, I completely overthought it for whatever fucking reason.
Hmm.
But it was there. You know what I mean?
I had them on the over, and then what was the other part? That was another one of putting Maderos, and then I had the over on the Carolina and Juliaja or whatever the fuck her name is. I had her on that. So if I missed out on that one, that was 2 units. Oh, it doesn't tell you how much you ruined. I think it was like 2 units to bring back 8. So that part sucked. I was like, no, god damn it. But Randy Brown he's got way too much reach. That guy was too old. So that's my fault. It's stupid to think about that. But what else did we think we missed? I mean, out of these odds that we could have capitalized on.
Was there anything? I don't. To me, the only one that I'm really like banging myself over the head is that Charles Johnson over. But that one, in reality, wasn't even
That's
all that big of
close.
a deal because
That
it
was
was
also
juice. So
scary
it's like
too.
it's not like it was a big deal or anything. But
Well, you would have been shaking in your boots if you'd have made it though, because in the fight, it looked like he was getting his ass kicked in the first round, and then he came back like he was going to finish it.
yeah,
And then he ended
yeah.
up
Can we
getting.
talk about that?
That
Can we
was a good
fucking
fight.
talk about that, please? How the
Sure.
fuck that happens? How the fuck do you have a guy in a chokehold and then you let it go for whatever reason when he was halfway out?
Yeah, he was
That's
completely
insanity.
closed.
I've never fucking seen that before.
Yeah, there was a lot of like, man, people are getting out of these submissions so well
But it's
nowadays.
not that he got out of it. Charles let the shit
Yeah,
go.
he let it go at
He just
that
let it
time.
go, and then dude was fucking dancing on his legs. Like, dude, he was going out. Why did
Ugh.
you let him go, bro?
He had to have
I don't
not,
know.
he just didn't have the hold. I mean, it's hard. You got to hold them spots in pretty damn long. You don't feel the tap. He ain't stopping. You got to give up at some time. It might
Man,
be a bitch move, but it's the real fight game.
I know one of them that I hit 2 units for 1 unit was that a little over 1 unit was that Thamba Garimbo Pete Rodriguez to go under 1.5, and that was one of those where I really overthought it, and I was like, oh man, but what if he just holds him down? Because I thought I, I was saying all week that the play was going to be Themba by submission. I'm glad I didn't go with it after all. But I hit that under 1.5. But the real big one that I was wishing I hit, and Rhino, I always know you got these odds up. Look it up for me.
Yeah.
Henato by decision, because I cashed on the over 1.5, and I said it like I said it in the group after the fact. Everybody was talking about Renato was gonna take him down and sub him and sub him and sub him, and my reasoning was like, well, if he's gonna have to grapple, Drew Dober isn't a quitter. We're gonna get the 1.5 if he really does go out there and grapple, or if he doesn't get starched in that first round. And I kind of wish I would have fucking put a little bit on the decision too.
All right. By unanimous decision, it has it at plus 400.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm sure the decision prop was probably 3 or 4.
Yeah, plus 400.
That was a good bet right there because I feel like lightweight is really, really weird. It's like,
And it went up too. Like that bet went up. It started as a plus 325, and they were even willing to put it up to a plus 400. So like, how
yeah,
the fuck would you track those and find that?
I'm telling you, I feel like everybody and their mom was on Hanato by submission.
Well, there was a lot of
Same,
Drew hype on it. That's what got me the fuck away.
same thing with I said it as soon as the fight ended. Luana Carolina by decision. I know so many people got burnt on that because I was damn near going to play that because that's the way Luana wins, man. And then just to get screwed in those last 8 seconds.
I think she probably would have won too if they wouldn't have stopped it. I still think she was going to win. Maybe
Oh
a
yeah,
split
for sure.
decision, but I thought she was going to win. Probably first and third for sure.
You guys were just talking about the Moicano fight. You know what we kind of solidified because so I said I was like, you know what, Moicano's the rightful favorite. I was like, I don't really like the money line he's at, and I was like, and Drew Dober is live for a knockout because Moicano has shit striking defense and he's chinny.
He always
Dude,
gets hit. Always gets
there
hit.
was someone in the space on Tuesday that said he has better power, but he wouldn't outstrike him. Bro, he completely outstruck Moicano. That's why Moicano fucking initiated the grappling the whole time.
Heck yeah,
And
he had
if Drew wasn't a fucking idiot in the third round and gave him that takedown, he would have won the fight. So thank you very much because I was actually fading Drew Dober.
Yeah, that was a close one too because they're guys like that. Drew Dober's he's a banger, and everybody loves guys like that. That's why Diaz brothers have so much fandom and stuff like that. Conor McGregor's everybody's fucking love child because they put out exciting fights and they're always gonna put out some bangers, and that's what makes
But
his
that's the
fucking
shitty
shit.
thing is when you put him up against grapplers like that because it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, while he did show a lot of good and exciting moments, he couldn't stay off his ass. You know what I mean? If
Well,
he could have just stayed off his ass, he would have won the fight.
it's also good ground and pound too. Renato did keep that fucking thing wild. I mean, he did fight pretty fucking hard. What was the whole thing at the end where he was all pissed off about whatever, because Drew Dober weighed like 180 or something like
I
that?
don't think he was mad. I think he was just like surprised. He asked him how much he weighed because he was probably like, damn, this motherfucker's strong.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And then he was like, fuck you. Like, damn.
Yeah, but I don't think it was like a.
How much you fucking weighing? Like, it's not like you're weighing fucking, 160 or something.
Yeah, but I don't think he was actually like mad. I think he was just like, I don't know, like in the moment. Like it's like when we fuck around, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was one of those friendly competition. Oh
yeah.
fuck you, man.
Like if I
Yeah.
tell you guys, one of you guys like shut the fuck up, like I'm kidding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I know there was some big parts on that though. It was a good fight. I think that should have been fight of the night, in my opinion.
I think they gave it to Johnson and Moxham.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good too. Man,
I will never
what the
really
fuck is that
complain when they
haircut?
give fight of the
What's his
night to a
fucking
prelim
haircut,
fighter.
dude?
I'll never complain about that
But
because
that
they
was
need
a
the
hell of
money.
Did anybody capitalize on that? I mean, he was a plus 270
Capitalize on what?
on Charles Johnson.
No, I can't take him against a grappler,
I
especially
mean,
with what he's shown me before.
you can't really take him at all because it's like I joked about it, but it's really true. He did take Zalga Zumugulov's spot. He's going to put up a over goes the distance fight that is pretty damn close, and 9 times out of 10 he's gonna lose the split decision. It's just this time, I mean, I didn't really get to watch it closely, but from the bits and pieces that I did get to see, it seemed like he lost the fight. That's definitely one that I'm gonna need to go back and rewatch.
Yeah, it was a close fight. We could add that to one of the, the weeks where we don't have a card and watch that, discuss that fucking fight. One of those
Oh,
type of
Usman's
things.
right about those split decisions with him too, because I was at his fight when he fought Jalgis live. and
Mhm.
I actually had money on Johnson. And we get to the end of the fight, and I'm like, fuck. I was like, I can't believe I fucking bet Charles because I thought he lost the fight. And then they announced the fight for Charles. I'm like, oh, the rig came in,
Yeah,
bro.
I had one for who was it? Roundtree. I had that Roundtree against fucking Jacob Jacoby. I had the fight on that where I put a good bet, like $200 on Roundtree to win, and I'm like, he totally lost. He totally lost. I'm like, fuck yes, no, but that's not a good win. And every time I hear it,
Right.
that's what the bet I think of. But I will
But
say
Usman
this.
makes a good point though, because Charles Johnson, like that's exactly what he does. Like he hasn't had one close fight. He hasn't had two close fights. Like every single fight he's in is close.
Yeah. Well, and it's a
Except the
good thing.
Mokaev fight, but that wasn't
But it
really
looks
much of
like
a
it
fight. That was
dropped
more of a grappling event.
for this fight. It looks like it was a dog that everybody had been sent, and then it all dropped for him to lose. I mean, right before the fight on February 2nd, the line was plus 185. It closed on the third at 270. Everybody picked him to lose. They waited until the end to see the line, and then when it didn't drop, they threw everything on it. That's a big drop in a day. So I
Well,
think a lot of people are pissed off that Charles
no,
Johnson won.
I think Max had brought it up like hours before the fight started that that line had gotten nuked.
Yeah,
Like,
he dropped right at the end. This is February 2nd at 10:18 p.m. He's a minus 225 by fight time. On the third, he ended at minus 330.
yeah, that's crazy.
That's a
Um,
jump right at the last second.
and like when it comes to Johnson, I don't even necessarily think he has bad grappling defense. It's just because he gets back up. He does get back up against most of the people. Like nobody really holds him down the whole fight. It's just that I don't know if he can't put it all together, if he's working too slow, and the strikes against him and the takedowns end up adding up just enough for him to lose a fight. But this is a good thing to learn moving forward. We know that he's always going to have a close fight, and might as well put a couple of sprinkles on fucking him by split decision because it's always going to be a juicy number. Maybe, I mean. Maybe not because of how he fights.
Yeah, he does fight kind of wild. I mean, that's definitely what brings it into it. Let's see. The other ones, I know everybody was pretty happy on the Pete Rodriguez loss. I mean, I was
Yeah,
just too worried because I didn't think this guy was that good. Uh,
I
I
mean,
knew he
I
was going
think
to
that one.
win. I thought he was supposed to be the favorite. And Pete Rodriguez, I was like, well, he's just got a puncher's chance. That's the only way he's winning.
Yeah, I put Themba on some parlays, just money line, and I don't remember who, but somebody was like, he can get dropped, he can get knocked out, and it was just something that I was saying all week, like if it happens, okay, but it's not gonna happen. Like Pete Rodriguez was brought in to lose to Jack Della on short notice, and then they said, you know what, you gave us a big
And he put on a decent round. I mean, he did fucking, knock him a couple good times. And he took a couple good shots. The one that
Della.
knocked him down from Jack is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was a good strike, the one that knocked him down. But he also ate a couple other punches. So I was like, guy's got a chin. So I didn't think he was. So I was like, oh, so the Garamo guy is gonna fucking submission. So is it gonna go to a decision or something like that? And then I was like, I'm just staying the fuck away from it, even though everybody's pretty on his side. He was like a minus two, or no, he was a minus 190 when it closed. He was a 240. He actually went down. So it looks like there were betters on Pete Rodriguez to get the banger. He
Yeah, and
did drop
that's
right
just
before the
something.
fight.
That's just something I didn't understand, considering how like they brought him in to fight Bella, then they gave him a layup with get Mike Jackson out of the fucking UFC. You know what I mean? That's what he was
Yeah,
there for. And
but
in
wasn't he
this
on the
fight,
two
like
fight lose streak?
who?
Wasn't he on like a losing streak?
Pete
No, that
Garumbo.
Garumbo.
No, Garembo had just beaten. He had just beaten somebody, got a bonus, and that's why that was another thing. After that last win, he got to meet up with The Rock. The Rock brought him a house. It was just very plain to
Yeah,
see Garembo isn't losing. But I think moving forward, do not let this do not let this make you think that he's got knockout power and he's going to be a knockout threat moving forward.
yeah.
I think stick to the grappling, stick to the submissions. I don't see him knocking out anybody, especially with him trying to call out some bigger names in higher ranking spots.
Well, yeah. When you looked at it like this, there was a one loss from a decision he had in 21. Then he won decision, lost by guillotine choke to AJ Fletcher. Then he beat Sato in the decision. So, like, yeah, for him to knock him out in the first round, fuck, I think that's just a surprise, you know?
But I think I want to say even fucking Mike Jackson landed a couple of shots in that fight. I think I was on over 1.5 for that fight because Pete's just not good. You know what I mean?
Bro, Pete
And
has no experience. He's got like
yeah,
6 career fights, dude.
He is not, well, he did have a small amateur career as well. Jeez.
Yeah, but isn't he a boxer?
I don't, I don't know.
Or
I'd
like
have to look
that's
him
his
up
like
on boxing.
background?
Pete Rodriguez.
Yeah. So it's like
Um,
the guy doesn't have a ground game and he only has like 5 or 6 career fights. And then you put him
well,
into
he's
a
a crazy
promotion with
guy.
all of the greatest fighters in the fucking world.
Well, I mean, that's the hard part, though, man. There's so many fighters now. I think we're starting to run into, because of the success of Dana White's Contender Series, we're seeing a lot of guys that are expected to have the respect of being the best in the world, but it's not the best in the world. It's just somebody that's in with all of the thousands of fighters there are now throughout the globe that the UFC is trying to pick from to find the best is pretty difficult. And it's hard to understand because this industry is just not ran the same as other sports. You know, combat sports was made to be more local than it was to be made worldwide.
talking about them Thomas Petersons of the world.
Yeah. I mean, it's just insane to try to think that you can pull the best. I mean, is John Jones the greatest, to compete? Well, yeah, he's beat everybody in here, but he didn't have to compete with a lot of people. Yeah, he's got 20, whatever wins. Guys in boxing back in the fucking 30s fought 100 guys, or 200 fucking fights they had.
Dude, we're really going to sit here and act like 30 career professional fights isn't a lot of fights for MMA.
Today it is, but if you go to back in the day when it was local and there was a lot more competition in combat sports, there was guys with 100 fights. Look at boxing.
But with boxing, like I don't like boxing, but what I've realized about boxing is
Yeah.
those records are so fucking stat padded, it's ridiculous. Boxers fight nobodies. That's why they have
Yeah.
so many fucking
But
fights.
that's just recent. I'm talking about back in the day, 100 years ago.
I can't speak to that, but it's
Yeah,
crazy
100
because it's
years
like,
ago, those guys fought real fights and they fought all the fucking time. Mike Tyson had a big draw. He was where he fought like 5 times or
but
only
times are
one year.
different though. Everyone is bigger, faster, and stronger nowadays, and the competition level is a lot better now. So it's like you just don't have the ability to walk through a bunch of nobodies anymore. Like you're actually facing people to where, hey, you might get hit and hurt, and you might need to take some time off.
Yeah, I mean the market's kind of tough for them. There is a lot of people in it. I think it's just difficult. You're starting to see a little bit of increase. I did see that there was a big increase in wrestling this year in the United States, saying that like some 300,000 kids have joined into wrestling programs. I don't know if that was like linking BJJ as well, and that they were just calling it all grappling wrestling. But that's pretty cool. So, they're really starting to market it into a different standard for who's your target audience. Back in the day, we thought that it was just hillbillies like me and Joe that would sit in our garage and watch people beat each other up, but now it's getting into a whole different mindset, I think, when we look at fighting.
Oh yeah, I mean the sport has just evolved so much. You know what I mean? The original concept of the sport is completely different to how the sport is perceived nowadays. You know what I mean? It used to be about having that warrior spirit and seeing like which martial arts is the most dominant, and now it has nothing to do with that. Now it's all entertainment and about making money. So it's
Yeah,
completely different time.
and I think they do a whole job of it, man. Like none of the Bruce Buffer shit and all that stuff is like entertaining to me at all.
See, I come from a different. Well, yeah. See, I actually do like that shit, but
Ah,
again, it's like
hey,
when I was a kid, I used to watch WWE, and a lot of that shit is influenced from
yeah,
WWE. So the entrances and all that shit, I love that shit. I wish they would embrace it more. But I
hey.
understand you and Joe don't like it. You just want to watch the fights, so I
Yeah,
get it.
we're just like fucking Kumite style,
But that's what I'm saying. Like
man.
that's how you build up moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when they have these guys walk out to the fucking octagon in like 45 seconds, it's like, bro, like let these guys live in the moment. Let the crowd soak it in. And that's
I
how you
mean,
build the
I
shit up,
think
bro.
even if I know that they do it mainly for the live crowd, that's the reason why you had to have somebody in it.
Yeah.
But like regular, if it was just on TV and it was Joe Rogan fucking, naming the people and stuff like that, that would be fine
But
by
that's what
me.
I'm saying. Like, if it's all about entertainment nowadays, right? Dude, there are guys and girls in the WWE where they are more known for their fucking entrance than their actual wrestling.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Because they can drag out an entrance for 2 or 3 minutes and the crowd will go absolutely nuts, meaning that's dollars in your pocket. So it's
Yeah.
like, dude, it just seems like the right way to go.
I mean, walkout things are fucking awesome.
Dude, even if they
But
wanted to
like
do
not
it
in
for like just
MMA
the main
though.
event and
MMA you
co-main
can't.
event.
No, but like in MMA you can't, man. These fucking guys are getting all their money on the line. They're trying to fucking, fight as a dog. They're about to fight and try to get an extra $100,000. So they care less about fucking the spazzy entertainment shit to walking out like it's WWE. That's part of the job.
I don't know, bro. Did you see Connor's entrances? They were pretty electric, man.
I mean, we'll talk about somebody a little
Well,
more
he liked.
recent. Everybody knows Stamp Fairtex,
Oh,
not
dude,
because,
yes.
not because of. I mean, of course, because of her fighting, but like the one entrances are crazy already, and then
Yup.
she puts on a damn show. I mean, Rhino, look, think back. I'm sure you saw fucking. As soon as I bring it up, the name slips my mind. Come on, I loved it.
Who?
Mayhem Miller.
Oh,
You
yeah,
remember
the
him
Mayhem
with the
Japanese
Justin,
promotions.
schoolgirls with the
Jason,
fucking
Jason
mask?
Mayhem Miller. Yeah, he
Like
did the bully, bully beatdown,
think back to
and then he
fucking
did
Rampage
fucking.
with the big chain.
Oh
Like,
yeah, he just signed a fucking. He's doing a boxing fight with Shannon Briggs.
but that's what Andrew's talking about. Like, the more you can get famous without fighting, kind of like you can sell that merch. You know what I mean? How many people wanted the damn flame and ice trunks from fucking Tito and Chuck? You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
Like, the persona and the show itself
Yeah, but
will
that's
put
part of.
money in your pockets.
Oh, true, but you got to think about that. That's a market for fighters. Like all the fighter people got into that, but you also got to remember that those type of people usually don't buy pay-per-views. They might buy like fucking Chuck Liddell shorts, but they don't buy fucking pay-per-views, and that's the main source that they're trying to sell to. That's why they love the whatever contract they signed with like Buffalo Wild Wings to play all their fucking cards. The UFC's fucking. I don't know. I don't even like the pay-per-view style. I think it's stupid. I think if they
What do you
just
mean?
fucking. I think if they just would end up saying everyone was $10 like a fucking Netflix account, they'd fucking sell these things faster than hotcakes.
But see, you know what? I used to think that same fucking way because I used to go, you know what? I pay, I don't know, I think like
I could talk my buddies into
$7 a month
watching
for
this shit.
ESPN
If you
Plus,
would make
right?
it $10, Andrew, I can talk my friends into paying $10.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you might get people to pay you. Like, it's easy for one person to host a pay per view and then everybody just throws in 10 or $20. But nobody wants to put a fucking credit card or a debit card on auto renewal for shit like that. I don't care if it's
Yeah,
$10, $20, or $80. Dude, this is a generation that does not buy pay per views. And it's not because they're $80, it's because you can watch them for free.
yeah, that too.
I'm just being honest. Like,
So that, but if you did it for $10, and now I don't have to worry about fucking it, possibly fucking up, even
I
though I
mean,
think I got a pretty good fucking path going. I haven't paid for a pay-per-view in probably like 7 years.
I think some people will. I just don't think it would do as well as you think it would. Because some
So
people would,
I
for
think it
sure.
would rock. I think it would fucking rock.
so check it out. Like a couple of months ago, the news had broke that the UFC's ESPN deal was going to be running out. I think after 2024, and I had just put it out. I think I put it in the group chat, not into an actual space. But I was just talking shit, saying like, wouldn't it be crazy if the UFC signed a deal with Netflix where we could watch all the fight nights on Netflix, and then they could just charge us and with the click of a button, because everybody has Netflix and everybody has fucking their cards already on there, you could just hit yes on buy and it'll charge you 15-20 bucks for a pay-per-view, and everything is right there on Netflix. Well, now fucking WWE just signed a $10 billion year, $10 billion deal with fucking Netflix, who's a part of the TKO group. I don't think it'll ever happen. It's all wishful thinking, but I think it would be a hell of a lot easier. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I have so many fucking issues with ESPN Plus, and there are people that come out to defend it, and I
Dude,
hate
I
it.
was
I
fucking
hate it.
trying to watch that fucking fight for the last like 2 hours, and I couldn't get it to fucking play the replay of the main event last night. That's all
Now
I was trying to do.
sometimes for some fucking reason, I don't know why, it'll work on my tablet. ESPN Plus, boom, I go, I
Yeah.
hit, I'm logged in, I can watch my free fights. Same account, same bullshit, everything on the TV. I go and try to click it on my TV with the damn remote, and it says I'm logged in or I need to renew my subscription. And I'm like,
Yeah.
renew my subscription? I'm fucking watching it on my tablet. Now I have to fucking AirPlay or like screen mirror my tablet to my damn fucking TV. And I hate ESPN Plus. I hated Fight Pass back when a lot of the shit was
Fight
on
Pass
Fight
pissing
Pass
me
too.
off too, though. That motherfucker
I
will pop up and say, "Oh, this video don't work."
Before
It's like,
before the ESPN Plus deal, my dream and my wish was that the UFC would just dump as much money as they can into Fight Pass and make it work. Because I
yeah.
used to always watch Tough on Fight Pass and watch all the old seasons. And one thing that used to annoy me on a smart TV was I'd watch the end of the episode of Tough, and instead of it playing the next episode, it would freeze there. I'd have to exit the app, re-enter the app, find the episode
Dude, I
again.
think it's just where you guys are located because I don't
Y-
have those issues.
Fuck you! Don't you
No,
tell me that your stuff is better than ours.
So,
no, bro.
what I thought Usman was
You're on
going
the
to say,
West. You
because I
guys
was
don't
getting
even know
ready
what
to agree
bathroom
with
is.
him. So, Usman brought up, like, when I watch it on my tablet, it's fine. But when I put it on my TV, it's different. Until you said, like, the re-sign in shit and stuff. But what I've noticed for me is if I watch ESPN Plus on my iPad, I never have any issues. If I put it on my TV, it'll lag a little bit, like every once in a while it'll buffer, but it works pretty well. So I don't typically have those
Here's a
issues.
good one. Here's a good one that I had on Saturday. My dad came over to watch fights with me, and I have this TV. I think it's my grandma's actually, but it's like a Vizio TV,
That's a
and
great brand.
yeah, so I have it on fucking the ESPN app. It's on there, and it just decides to like replay 15 seconds of the fight
Yeah,
out of nowhere,
I just
and
think
then
that's
and then it
technology.
bounces forward, and then it bounces forward to what time it is, you know, and then it keeps on bouncing back, and it keeps on bouncing forward, and I'm like, this thing's driving me fucking nuts.
Okay, so here's my point. Like you kind of just proved my point, right? You're talking all this shit about ESPN Plus, right? Which plays the pay-per-views, and you're talking about having issues, right? Now let me
Yeah,
ask you something. Would you rather pay $80 for a pay-per-view and have issues, or would you rather pay nothing and have issues?
I would rather pay.
You know what I mean?
I
Like
mean,
if
but
I
like
knew for
I don't
because
have any
here's the thing,
issues, and I
you're
pay
not the
for
only
that
one to
though. I
complain
do
about
pay for
ESPN
that.
Plus. There's a
Yeah,
lot of people on Twitter that I've seen that don't have good experiences with ESPN Plus. So
oh,
that
it's
just
tough.
proves my point. Why would I buy
Absolutely.
those pay-per-views when so many people are unhappy with the platform
Yeah,
when I can
yeah,
just stream it for free?
Dude, 100%, man. I used to like go nuts whenever I'd be illegally streaming a fight, the pay per view, and like I get a buffer and shit, and I'd like, I mean, come on, I'm real into it and shit, and my wife would be there laughing at me and go like, "You're
yeah.
doing this illegally. If you want it to work perfect, it's not gonna happen. This is what you get for illegally streaming it." I'm
It's like
like,
you get for
okay,
stealing
yeah,
shit, you
sure,
fucking piece of
but I'm
shit.
still fucking pissed.
I have the worst one. It was the Tank Davis Ryan Garcia boxing match, and my uncle and one of his best friends that I've known since I was a kid. They're both into boxing, and I was like, "Well, come over." I was like, "We'll steal it and fucking we'll watch it at my house." First time ever that fucking goddamn streamline froze on me. Like the whole website crashed
Oh,
just
that's
for
because you
the
had people
final
over.
fight, and it's just me, my uncle, and Billy is his name. Like
Yeah, the
it's me,
universe
Dale,
knew you were
Billy.
having people over, so they said
Yeah,
fuck you.
and I still use the same fucking site to steal all my fucking shit. It's never had another problem since. Just the one time I didn't watch the fights by myself, it had to crash.
So I only use I put it this way. I only use like the streaming sites when I have to. So like
Yeah,
if
which
the
one do you
fights are
guys
on
use?
ESPN
I use
Plus, I'm
VIP
good. I
One.
can watch it. If a football game is on like Paramount or something, cool, I can watch it because I have access to all the streaming sites. But when it becomes like the pay-per-views, I have to stream it because I'm not paying 80 fucking dollars.
Yeah, yeah. 80 fucking bucks.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I would if I had more friends that were interested and like the games on like the way people watch football
Yeah.
and want to come over and have like a good party for the night, like I would totally buy it because I wouldn't
And
want
that's what I'm saying.
problems.
Like, plenty of people
But
will
like
do that.
just
That's what I'm
me
saying. Like, there's
watching
a
by
difference
myself.
between going to your buddy's house and giving him 10
Yeah.
or 20 bucks and having fun versus putting your debit card information into a website and having it on for auto renewal. People don't like
Yeah.
doing that shit, bro.
Yeah, they don't. There's no doubt about that.
Because I'd be glad to do that. Like Joe tells me that he has the same people over every week and they cook up food and stuff. He's like, dude, if you lived here, you'd be over at my house every weekend. And I'm like, yeah, I absolutely
Yeah,
would.
that's how we
And I
play,
would have
yeah.
zero problems or throwing you 20 bucks a fight night. I have zero
Oh
problem doing
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, especially because if even if you go up to the bar, if you go to like Buffalo Wild Wings to watch a fucking fight, you're gonna have a fucking $80 bill by
For
getting
sure.
like five fucking drinks and some fucking chicken wings.
Yeah.
You
But you
know,
get the whole experience. You know what I
or you
mean? Like
spend even
you're
if you
you're
spend
not getting just the
$40
pay per
there.
view for $80 at that point. You're getting an experience with your friends and you're getting a
Yeah,
meal.
yeah, yeah. It's the
Yeah,
old
dude, you
school
don't know.
days, man.
You don't know how right you are about like entering your card about renewal because for some reason, like I don't know, I'm shit with technology and I just have issues. Um, every like 5 months or some shit, my Spotify will say like, "Oh, couldn't process payment. Please re-add your card and shit." And it's like I know I got fucking money in there. It's fucking $15. Just charge me again, fuckers. But right now. My Spotify premium, it's asking me to put in my card, and I'm going to because I need to listen to my music without ads. But every time I've opened that app, it says enter your card. I'm like, fuck you, man. I'll
And you're
do it
hesitant as a
later. I'll
motherfucker,
do
right?
it later. I still
You
haven't done
guys
it. It's
want
been like a
you guys
week and a
want to do a
half.
look? You want to do look at next week?
It's like like when you try to do the sign up for those free trials and it's like $0 and it's like cool, I will absolutely do it. But the second you fucking ask me to put my credit card information in, that's where I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I don't need this free trial. I'm good. Fuck you.
When are they going to start charging money for Tapology, dude? This fucking website is so cool.
Hasn't it been around forever?
I,
Oh
yeah, I
yeah,
don't
it's
think
been
they
around
ever
for a while.
will, or I don't think they should. I think as the minute that they do, people are gonna bounce.
Oh yes, or at least update it. If they updated it better to a better format to chat, if they turned it into like a little bit of a better style of almost like social media.
I mean, that's the thing with SureDog. I do not ever touch SureDog. I open it on accident sometimes, and I just look at the website and I go, "This shit is so ugly. What the fuck am I
Dude, I
doing
used
on
to have
SureDog?"
such a crazy dude. We had such a crazy back in the day. You'd have the craziest fucking relationships with these random people. Who the fuck is Zog Gaines? You know that? Who is it? Don't let him in. Look at him. I don't like the no photo.
I
But
don't know what you're talking about, bro.
the person requesting, who is it?
I only see us four in here.
You don't see a Zog Gaines?
No. Anyways, yeah, you want to do a quick look see for 8 minutes on this next card?
Oh, you want and the next card? Well, let's go with the main event. Jack Hermanson, Joe
Ja-
Pfeiffer
Jack's
to
been
win.
out for a second, hasn't he?
Let's see. Last time that Jack fought,
Got to be at
a
least a year
year
and a
and a
half,
month.
right?
Year and a month.
Oh, okay. It's not that.
Romain Delutez. I just fucking
Yeah,
got,
delete that killed him.
yeah,
December 3rd, 2022. Damn, it's been a long
punches
time.
from the back control.
Was that the Roman fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like B. Joe Pfeiffer, right? They definitely want to push this kid, but and then also fucking Hermanson being off for over a year just really sucks. I mean, Hermanson is he did look good going 5 rounds. He has looked good when he was striking up Delize. And one thing that we did see against Al Razak Al Hassan of all fucking people was fucking Pfeiffer almost got his neck snatched, man. So they definitely want to push Pfeiffer, but this is gonna be a good fight.
I mean, Pfeiffer's he's the one that's gonna have all the hype. I mean, they are gonna hype him up like no other. Uh, my big thing that I see right now, Jack's 35 and 8 months. And that is not looking good for a top prospect to come in here. I don't have enough confidence in Jack to just knock out some new heat like this guy has coming in. I
If you're
don't
gonna
think
bet Joe, you
Pfeiffer's a
better bet him now because he's at minus
yeah,
240, and I'm telling you, in a
yeah.
couple of
You
days,
might as
he's
well.
gonna be like minus 4 or 500.
At least he's going to get into the close to 4. I agree with you in there.
It's interesting. I don't. This is, I don't know, dude. Like, this is one of those fights where it's like, if you just kind of look at the trajectory of their careers, it just kind of makes sense that Jack would win. But yeah, like, there's that thought in the back of your mind. It's like, I don't know. Jack kind of can play spoiler sometimes, and the guy's never lost 2 fights in a row in the UFC. So it's like they use him correctly in terms of like being like the gatekeeper, so to speak. They kind of
Yeah,
use him in that because he's a top 10 middleweight usually. So it's like, all right, if you can get past Jack, then we know we can do something with you. You know what I mean?
definitely. I mean, minus 225 on Bet Online right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit too juicy for me personally.
I know because like it's almost like you think it's too good to be true because he is coming in fucking hot. In my opinion.
Yeah, and it just makes me think that like they're using this to boost him, but I don't know, bro.
They got to because they just gave him a fucking main event. Oh shit, Daniel. Let you and that other fucking guy. You guys didn't even see him or whatever. It was requesting, and then when I didn't fucking let him in, then he just took off.
I have
What's
no
up,
idea
Daniel?
what
Did
you're
you
talking about.
waste a bunch of money on gambling? Or are you finally becoming a gambler?
No, not yet, man. I'm in class right now. I will
Well,
Then
we
why are
need
you
to
on
pop your
Twitter?
cherry.
because I like Twitter.
Do I have to donate? If I donate $20 to Daniel, will you start betting?
I don't bet on income.
What are you trying to? You trying to
Huh?
create a
I
junkie,
just
Rhino?
donated. Yes, yes. Then they don't give me his actual opinion. When you invest your own money, that's when you're actually going to really say whether or not you think this guy is going to fuck up this guy.
I don't know. I feel like Daniel's got a pretty decent track record.
Shit, I know one
So,
bet that I will be hitting next week is going to be over 1.5 at minus 170 for Armin Petrosian versus Rodolfo Vieira. I think that's going to be easy money. Everybody's going to think, oh, Rodolfo's going to get the submission, but Armin Petrosian is going to take him to decision and probably win, in
Well,
my
So
opinion.
Rodolfo has
talking
like,
about Piper, I see him knocking out Hermanson because the only way Hermanson is winning is by submission. He hasn't knocked anyone out in a while, but his last actual finish was with Calvin Johnson with that nasty heel hook.
okay, let's take a look to see
oh,
if
I
he is
remember that. That shit
100%
came out of
correct.
nowhere too.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's the heel hook.
it
First
pissed me.
round, 1 minute, 18 seconds.
I know Usman like that shit.
Jared Cannonier, uppercut, ground and pound, second round, 27 seconds in. Lost to Marvin by decision. Edmund Bazian, decision.
Decision.
Sean
Usman, you said you got
Strickland
the over one
beat
and a
him with
half
a
on the
split.
Rodolfo fight.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I kind of like that because Rodolfo struggles to take people down.
I would
Yeah,
say he is fighting a lot of long, later round type of fighters. That's why he's in all these decisions. I mean, Chris Curtis is always in decisions. We just watched Romaine hit all the decisions. He did that stupid Kazma Shemaev fucking wrestling battle.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Apparently, it was just all for fun.
Yeah, kind of. So I
That got paid
coming in here, he's getting a year off. The only way I see him winning is Joe Pfeiffer blows his fucking load, and all of a sudden he doesn't know where the fuck he's at, and he gets submitted because he's too goddamn tired, and that's what happens. So I think that's the shit that happens as we watch our money disappear if we make it. But that's
Yeah,
how I look at the main event.
same.
All right, down Danny Gay, Andre Feely. He got 50K coming off of his loss to my favorite fighter, Bryce Mitchell. I loved watching him getting knocked out last time
Me too.
against Andre Feely. who I'm not too much of a fan of. People do like him. I just got a long fight. This is not. This is going to scorecards.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do y'all think the line closes at for the over and Dan Ige? Because I think those are the two bets for that one.
Let me
I
look at
think
what it's at.
I think Philly finishes him in round 3.
Over 2.5 is at -185 right now.
No way that this fight is getting finished. At least not by Feely, man. Ige is just way too goddamn tough.
Well,
Yeah.
considering Philly's last performance that I did not see coming at all, I still say that it happens in round 3. Plus, like Ige has 7 wins by decision, while Philly has 10 decision wins, but also 10 KO finishes. That's why I say Philly by TKO round 3.
Dude, I think there's no way Feely finishes Ige. I think Ige is too
Nah.
fucking tough.
Ega's been too many 5 rounders to get fucking finished by
Yeah.
Feely.
He's dynamite. Like that's the one thing about him is if he can't win a fight, the one thing you know is he will always be in the fight.
If I was gonna bet a finish, I'll take Ige knocks him the fuck out before I take Feely.
Then
I
I
take
bet
Feely for a
Philly
decision.
gives him his first ever TKO finish.
Well,
Damn.
I mean, you can wish.
I
We'll see.
mean, loss. He will give Danny Ige his first ever knockout loss.
Dude, that would be crazy if
Because he's
of
coming
all
off his that
people.
last win. Isn't his last win's a fucking knockout? Yeah, he knocked out that Lucas Almeida.
Well, yeah, I had him by decision, and
Oh, so you thought like me, and now you're on his train. Then he's a fucking knockout artist.
well,
Gotcha.
like I said, 10 wins by KO, 10 wins by decision. I'm gonna play it safe and say TKO round 3.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Let's say you were wrong. I just disagreed with it. All right. Next, Ihora Patiora and Robert Bazaki. Or no, Brychek.
I
Robert
like that.
Brychek.
Bride check.
Who's the first guy you
That's
said?
a Poland guy.
You talking about Ihor?
First guy is Eeyore.
Yeah,
Eeyore
Ihor Pataria? Yeah.
Pateria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd see
Robert
that.
Brychek. That's
That is
fucking
such a
hilarious.
low level fucking fight.
That's funny because my stepdad, or my ex stepdad, when you're a white trash family, you got lots of stepdads. Um, his last name is Perchek instead of Brychek.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So this is Eeyore is going on a 2-fight losing streak right now from the Ukraine, where he got knocked out twice. And Robert's coming in here for his debut with a record of 17-5 when he is on quite the win streak. It's like 5 so far. Yeah, 5-fight win streak. Uh, all knockouts in the first round.
Yeah.
Punches,
Nice.
punches, right hook, left hook, punches from the octagon. So he is brought here to knock out Eeyore.
Mhm.
And everybody hates Eeyore. Uh, so I think we're all putting $200 on Eeyore gets knocked the fuck out.
Yes, round 1. I picked Robert Gracek.
Yeah. Did I think I hit that one pretty good?
Hell yes.
Anybody else?
Nah, that's I don't give a damn how
I don't
easy
even
it
know who. I
is.
didn't even. Oh man! And then I just looked up Robert. He looks like he's in a fucking Haynes magazine.
A what?
Yeah,
Like in a Haynes
Oh,
magazine.
Haynes,
Fucking yeah.
the underwear, yeah.
This guy looks like a brick shit house. He looks like He-Man's kid.
Yeah, he does.
A big dude. And then he did get knocked out. He got knocked out by a Kaique Brito,
Yeah.
who's 17-5. He did go to the Contender Series and lost a majority decision. So that's got to be kind of fucked up. And then he went into United Fight Series 2 and fought a guy and knocked him out in the first round. ground and pound. He also beat that Robert Brychek. That's kind of crazy. That's a little bit of MMA math for it. On to the next with old timer, veteran of Brad Traveris versus RoboCop Gregory Rodriguez.
Over, over, over. That's the only
RoboCop,
bet.
RoboCop KO,
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to put that on there.
round
Dude,
one.
Brad has a hard fucking head. Are you guys serious?
Nope, over,
Yes.
over.
Have you ever seen the movie RoboCop? I mean the original, not the one with Samuel L. Jackson.
Bro, that's not him.
Of course.
Bro, Brad Tavares is hard to fucking
I'm
finish,
from the
man.
Detroit area. I'm from the Detroit area like Joe, so RoboCop's our movie.
Yeah. I love the theme of it, the score.
Hmm.
Learn these guys something, Andrew. Learn these guys something.
I mean, I definitely like RoboCop. I think he's fairly decent. He's a sized up guy for that division in the middleweight, so he's got the long reach. Looks like it's going to be only a 75 to 74 to Brad Tavares.
Hmm.
Could see how Gregory's just not going to go in there and fucking knock him out. Looks like a lot of the things of 989 predictions on Tapology right now. 83% Scott Rodriguez. 73% of those are for by knockout.
Hmm.
I
Yep.
don't know if he'd knock him out, because I think Brad Tavares is definitely still a veteran, so he knows how to not get fucked up. I see RoboCop coming in there pretty strong, going with a little too aggressive like he does, but he's going to get hit with some punches by Brad Tavares because he's been in the block. He knows what the fuck he's doing. So I would actually wonder it's probably a 1.5 for the over round and a half, and I bet you that's probably pretty even. Let's see what it is.
Well, like
Jeremiah Wells.
if you
What's
want to
that?
point out
Go ahead.
his last fight, I mean he finished his last opponent while
Oh,
Brad.
they haven't even dropped it. They haven't even dropped it on Tapology. It's blank.
Oh, I'm
It's the
looking at it.
one fight they haven't fucking picked. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Brad
I
Tavares.
said it was a close pick to make, and the motherfucker's not even there. That's great.
Yeah, he's coming off the win over the former champ
It's
Chris
the only.
Weidman.
It's the only one on the entire card, guys. That's not fucking dropped yet.
Same thing on Bet Online. I had to go check right now. I don't think
Really?
they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna give us that at over 1.5. If
They're
I
good.
am correct, what's his name? Brad Tavares has the record for the most decision wins in UFC history. If I might be wrong, but it's definitely the most decision wins in the middleweight division.
Let's see.
Um, yeah,
Yep,
like
middleweight division, number 13.
yeah, no. If there's going to be a finish, um, I think it'll be like Gregory Rodriguez goes for a takedown, doesn't get it because Brad Tavares has some really good takedown defense, but
Hmm.
hops on his back and figures something out. But I'm gonna go decision all day. Goes the distance, hit the over. Brad Tavares
Yeah.
is just way too much of a vet,
Let's
and it's
see.
like
15-8, 13 decision wins, only
Yeah.
2 knockouts. Been knocked out 4 times, lost by decision 4 times. Everybody's just gonna hope that he's old and he's just gonna get knocked out by the power.
even in that last fight, man, we all love Chris Weidman, but Weidman was
He
a
beat the
wounded
shit out
deer.
of him.
He was a wounded deer in that fight, and he
Yeah, dude,
still
he beat
didn't
the
Yeah,
finish
shit
that
out of
fight.
him.
yeah, he
Like,
was.
like
But was it for respect? Yeah,
No, I think Brad just kept trying. He just couldn't finish him.
yeah, it was a close one.
Yes.
All right, on to the next. Michael Johnson, uh, Darius Flowers. Let's see. We got Michael Johnson coming off of his loss He got knocked out by
Did you just say
Diego Ferreira.
Darius?
That's his name, Darius Flowers.
Darius Flowers. Darrios. What the fuck else am I
Darius.
supposed to say? Darius?
Yeah.
Darius. Or
Man,
just
you
say
got too
beast
much.
mode.
You were in the Dare program, weren't you? You got to make sure you say it right.
Dude,
Oh.
I don't think any of us had a choice not to be in the DARE program, right?
No,
I don't remember having a
Then you
choice.
see your
Let's
when you
just
see
say
your friend
beast mode.
smoking the
His other
devil's
name is
lettuce.
beast mode.
All right, so Michael Johnson, who should have retired, is going to fight this beast mode Flowers because I'm not allowed to say his name correctly. He's coming off of a submission loss to Jake Matthews.
Damn.
Which looks like it was his debut after a knockout on the Contender Series, which actually was a shoulder injury from a slam.
Damn.
Was how he got in, is what Darius Flowers is coming in against Michael Johnson. Looks like he was an open slight favorite for this fight. Reach wise, 73.5 for Michael Johnson to a 71-inch reach for Flowers. Flowers seems to be, he's got a 4-1 record in LFA. All 4 of those are knockouts. So that's definitely how he got himself into the Contender Series. Definitely would like to watch Matthews. Even though he got rear naked choked, he did make it to the second round. So he didn't get completely demolished. I bet you if I bounce over to
They both lost in round
UFC
2.
stats. What's that? Say that
I
again.
said they both lost their last fights in round 2.
Bro, let
I'm
me
just
ask you
saying
guys a
that.
question. And this is
Yeah,
going to
go
be
ahead.
random as fuck, and it's not fight related, and I'm sorry.
Oh,
Dude,
geez.
why is it that every time I try to play a movie on a streaming device, subtitles are already fucking set to on?
Because you could possibly have a hearing disorder.
But why is
Dude,
that like the default option?
it's already on there? You're lucky. That's
No,
what?
like I don't want it on there. Like I feel like it should be an option, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't be the fucking norm.
I don't need to be reminded that my reading skills aren't very good, okay?
Actually,
Dude,
only
I
3
don't
minutes.
understand people
pretty
who
fucking
like
good.
subtitles. Like if you're I don't know. I don't get
I
it,
guess
bro.
if
It
they're
doesn't make
not
sense.
speaking English, I like
Do you
subtitles.
watch a movie or do you read a movie?
If
Like
you read 3 minutes a day, it prevents you from getting
You ever
Alzheimer's in the future.
Hey, you ever watch all the fucking old movies on the Fight Pass? Those are pretty cool.
Yes.
Old school freaking kung
did you
fu
say
movies.
movie?
Yeah.
There's
There's old
movies
school.
on Fight
Yeah,
Pass?
you can watch
Yeah.
fucking
You know,
the
Fist of Fury,
you
Bruce
watch
Lee
Chuck
movies.
Norris. You can watch Chuck Norris fucking Chuck Norris's cartoon is on Fight Pass.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No.
No?
No John Claude Van Damme's on there. It's just let's see, you got a lot of Bruce Lee, you got a lot of just all kinds of Chinese martial arts movies with random names like Drunken Fighter and stuff like that, and the One Armed Man, One Armed Warrior, all those stuff, and every single one of them are absolutely horrible, but it's fucking hilarious to watch.
Yep.
On to the next fight, because no one wants to talk about.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Darius.
Johnson by decision. I think the veteran's on his side, so I say Johnson by decision.
All right. He's going for a decision. You think he's going to make it all the way? So you don't really like this Flowers guy. I mean, when we look at him, out of the people that he did fight, 14-2 record, 8-3, 4-1, 10-4. He got guillotine choked in the second round for a 5-2 guy. That's not good. Went over to boxing, got knocked out. Got knocked out twice in boxing. Got hit with a key lock back in 2009. Dude, this guy's been fighting his entire fucking life. This guy's got a million fucking fights. He's not a good boxer though, because he gets knocked out in every boxing match he's ever had. And then his amateur career is pretty big as well.
Yeah, I'm
And
looking at that too.
yeah, decent amount, probably freaking 12 fights or so. Decent record, 5 losses in that. But he gets choked. That's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
But he gets knocked out in boxing, so I don't know if I would do this. This is a pretty shitty fight. This is one of those where you get to a guy. Michael Johnson he's a good veteran, so he is going to have a lot of fucking fight knowledge. But this guy's got fight knowledge too.
He
This is probably
does.
going to be a fucked up fight. This
Yeah.
decision, I would say, I have more confidence in longer rounds.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. It's not that I don't like Beast Mode Flowers. I just, I trust someone I've been knowing, Menace.
Yeah,
Plus, Kill Cliff FC all day, every day.
sounds good. On to the next. We got a Rodolfo Vieira and Armin Petrosian.
The
9-2,
black belt.
8-2. Pretty even fight. Looking at both coming off some wins.
I thought we already talked
Armin,
about this one.
did we?
No,
Yeah.
no, we
I
didn't.
don't remember.
Yeah, me and Usman were talking about it.
Oh, well, then all right, I'll slide down to the next one. I didn't really
All right,
mind.
fine. Veer by submission round one.
Damn,
Really?
bro.
That's a dog.
Well, he is a BJJ. He has plenty of accolades. IBJJF, ADDC. That's why I say submission round one.
Yeah, he's coming off of 2 decisions. He beat that Christian Leroy Duncan for his first loss, and AJ Dobson. And then,
Yeah, Armin's got like decent takedown defense, and if he does get taken down, he knows how to get up. I don't feel like this is a good fight for Rodolfo.
we'll have to watch some tape. Trayvon Gills versus Carlos Pratt. Carlos Pratt is coming in as a pretty high favorite.
Dude,
But it's another fucking debuter at 30 years
you
old.
and Joe kill me, man. I love you guys though. I do.
What?
Gills
I
is
don't know how to speak
31
last names.
and Carlos is 30.
Yeah, they're pretty close in age. So that
Yeah,
part's not too bad. Carlos looks like he's coming in here as a nightmare to take out Trayvon Gills.
yeah.
Usman, do you know anything about him?
About who?
The
The
Carlos
Hispanic
guy?
dude.
Peralta? Or nah, man. The only thing I know is Giles is he's been around for quite a while, man. What weight is this at? Because he's actually been jumping up and
He
down a lot between
he's been
170.
fighting at 170 recently, so I would imagine 170.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up real quick.
Because I know what Giles is. I've watched plenty of take on Giles. I know his strengths and his weaknesses. I just don't know the other guy.
Yeah, yeah, this is
Let's
170.
see. I mean, he's 2-1 and like one championship. Yeah, he's 2-1 and one championship. Or no, one Warrior Series is what it says. He's definitely fought all around. Some kickboxing, Muay Thai background. So he's definitely a Muay Thai fighter.
Uh-huh.
LFA, he's got a knockout first round, knockout first round. Got to a contender series in 2023 and knocked the guy out in the second round with a straight left.
Yeah, just looking at his
So
record,
he
I
better
see.
get taken down or he's going to be knocking him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Nah. I think
So
just
we got to
looking at
find out
this
on that.
record tells me that it's gonna be a decision. If we're giving, I know Bet Online has the over and unders for every fight except for that fucking Tavares fight. I think this, if it's 1.5, I think this is an over.
He hasn't been to a decision. It's definitely going to bring it down. The line's going to drop just because this guy hasn't went to a scorecard since 2019.
It's
Yeah, but
over
that's what
one and a
happens when you
half.
get to the UFC, though, bro.
Yes,
I
that's
know
that's
Happens
what
that's what
I'm
I'm
all
saying.
the
The
saying.
line's
time.
going to go down. I'm not saying it's a bad bet. I'm saying that should bring the line down because everybody should think he's going to knock him out.
Yeah, it's set at over 1.5 minus 135. Give me that all day.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
got
you got to prove to me, man. You got to prove to me that you can take Giles out. Because don't get me wrong, if he has any ground game, he might be able to fuck with him there. But it's not like Giles is chinny. He's been knocked out before, but you gotta land clean on him, bro.
I got Giles by submission round 3. I mean, he has
I
5
mean, oh,
submission, 10 and 5 wins by decision. I see it going submission round 3.
I like Trevin
the
Giles at
over
170.
1.5 is at minus 135. So if you're really in the confidence of thinking this is going to be a longer fight because of Giles having a decent chin, then you've got an open gate right there at minus 135.
I'm
Well, you
gonna
got
watch some.
submission sooner.
I'm gonna watch some tape on Praties, and I'm gonna get back with you guys in a
Yeah.
couple of days because I'm really curious about this now.
I'm
All
confident in my
right.
either that or decision for Giles.
All right. Then we get into some Belgium guy. Phew, how the fuck? Oki is his last name. OKE. Demir Hadzazuki.
Demir Hadjovic.
Hadzovic. Holy
Yeah,
shit. How the fuck you learn these? 14-7. He's coming off of a loss of a decision to a Canadian, Mark.
dude,
God,
did you
there's a
guys see that video earlier? So Oki knocked out his opponent in the Contender Series, and someone posted a video of it earlier, and then they
yeah,
showed Dana's reaction, and he is like so disgusted about it.
like that he hit him too late or something, or
No, like I think he wanted the other guy to win.
oh, really? Okay, which is surprising because this guy's 8-1, and he was coming in on all these fucking knockouts. I have 2 knockouts. Well, yeah, one guy was his debut. The other guy was 6-2, 13-0. That's a pretty good fight, even though it's Atomic was the fucking wherever the hell that is. And then he fought another guy who was 8-13. That's probably why, because he really was a guy who came out from having absolute cans on his record. And then he knocks their fucking guy out that they probably wanted in.
I see. Well, I got Oki. I'm gonna pick him by KO in the first
Oh
round.
yeah, he's going. This guy's going to be swinging for the fences. So I'd say if you're taking that motherfucker, he's definitely early rounds because he's going to be going for the kill.
Yeah. I just don't feel like Damir. I don't see him making much promise. That's why I'm gonna side with Oki.
Yeah, Oki's also got 2 decisions in his amateur career, and then 2 decisions for his first 2 fights, and then he finally beat somebody with punches at 4 minutes and 20 seconds in the third round. Got into a couple decisions, 3 straight. Back to a decision win over the 13-year and O guy, and then a knee to liver against the 18 or 8-13. So he's a little bit of who fucking knows because that background is horrible. 4-5 is the UFC record of Demir. And he has been decision 3 times for losses, submitted once, and knocked out once. His last is to Mark De Casey, which is a guy from Europe, right? Black guy? Yeah, I was right. The bone crusher who never turned into a bone crusher. That's for sure. Anything else on this? Pretty fucked up fight.
Yeah, yeah, man. Something is telling me This might be another over. We're getting it at 1.5, minus 180. Balaji just really is untested, and Demir isn't that good. But when you look at those losses, man, I mean, Renato took him down and submitted him in 44 seconds. So besides that, because Balaji on an 8 fight career isn't going to come in and look like Renato. Going the distance with Mark Casey, Christos Giagos, Alan Patrick. I mean, not the best fighters, but definitely enough to they'd be good tests for this other guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's
Yang
37. Ages a little bit. He's from Denmark. Denmark versus Belgium.
just 7.5 minutes. That's all we need for a win right there.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. If you want to go with the confidence in veterans that have made it to decisions, definitely a pretty good bet. I agree. I'll have to mark that in the notes. Chick fight. Uh, Luma, Luke Boonme,
Mm.
and Bruna Brazil. And she is 8-3 versus 9-3-1. She's from Thailand, is Luma, with a minus 245 opening to take on Bruna. She has a decision win over a 5-0 Shiana Bannon. So, and where we have Luma with a submission over Elise Reed, who sucks, and
It sounds like
Denise
Loma's
Gomez.
gonna take her down and have her way with her all fight.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
really hurts me that Luma is this big of a favorite because she is one of my favorite fighters.
she's pretty
Um,
small.
I
But
really love the skills that she brings. But minus 251. The only good thing I see about this is that she's the only woman on the card. So minus 251 seems a little bit clear.
Mm-hmm.
mm, I have
She's
uh,
5'1" to 5'6", 61.5 to 65.5 for a reach advantage.
mm, I got Luma. I've been following her since her Invicta debut. I mean, fun fact, like not just her 6 wins by decision MMA, all of her Muay Thai wins are by decision. And I'm not even kidding. She only has one legit finish in her Muay Thai career, where all the rest were a decision, plus her
Mm-hmm.
boxing record. So yeah, if I'm a betting person, I go with Luma decision.
I mean, she is pretty big, so definitely in that size disadvantage, you got to do some submissions or finishes. We're on to Devin Clark, Marcin uh, Proxino is what I'm going to go with. Another fucking Polish guy. Where the fuck is this? Is this in Poland or something?
Yeah, he's Poland.
Yeah, well, is it in Poland? Because it seems like this is the third guy. He's 16-7, coming off a loss, submission loss, arm triangle to Victor Petrino.
Yeah,
And
Trina.
then Kennedy beat him. He's from Africa or something like that. Knocked out, or no, submitted him with a standing guillotine choke.
Oh, I remember that one.
Devin Clark. So Devin Clark, I think he wasn't he in Bellator one time?
No, he was in some. He was in RFA.
RFA. Oh, gotcha. He is 8-8 at this point in his UFC career, and he is 4-0 in that RFA where nobody fights anymore, and I've never even heard of it.
Oh, it's dissolved now. It's not, it's like I'm sorry. This is Resurrection. Fine. No, this was the
Mm-hmm.
dissolved one because it's now called LFA. But he was the heavyweight champ in
Gotcha.
RFA. Oh, check
All
it out. He
right.
won it
So
by a hand injury. He broke the
Marcin.
guy's hand.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, someone Rafael Vinata, round two TKO hand injury, and then he won. Then he got into UFC.
Damn. I mean, what do you guys got on this one?
I'm going with Devin Clark by decision.
Yeah, it does. It looks like two old guys on this
Yeah,
one.
this is just a shit fight. You take
30.
the over, and that's it.
One
Yeah.
word. One
Oh,
word.
what?
Pass.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good one
Mind
on
you,
that.
Martian's 35 while Devin's 33. So
Yeah,
Martian,
I'm saying pretty close on some older guys with a lot of skills that are going to be tough for each other.
yeah.
Jeremiah Wells, Max Griffin. Finally, some goddamn names I know how to fucking read.
Dude, I've been waiting to fade Wells for so fucking long, but they keep giving him favorable matchups, and it's killing me, bro.
So he came off his first like UFC loss, Carlston Harris, when he got Anaconda choked. Max Griffin, I like. He's just getting way too old for this shit. But then they give him Jeremiah Wells, who's also too old for this shit. I think,
Holy, yeah, he's 38 while Wells is,
yeah, black
what
don't
is
crack,
Wells?
dude. These
37.
guys are gonna look like this when they're 50.
Wow. Well, taking Griffin by decision, I just feel like, no, I know that he can go the distance better than Wells.
Jeremiah Wells has got some pretty good wrestling.
Oh,
And I
yes.
think Max Griffin isn't the greatest on that takedown defense. So if you're going to go decision, I think Wells takes the decision.
Hmm. Well, if he keeps to the ground, because, those Henzo Gracie people, they're no joke. He is a black belt, Wells is.
Yeah, he's fucking good. He's definitely in the grappling game. He's beating fucking Max Griffin on that.
Yeah. If Max Griffin
Max has got to
got
pop him with some pretty good stuff and slow down his fucking takedowns.
yeah. Oh, I see. No, I still have my faith in Max Griffin.
Okay. Anybody else? Eh. All right. Now let's do Zach Piega and Padan Gaspar.
Pauga and Bogdan Guskov.
I did pretty good. Not too
Yeah.
bad. Zach has a shitty, what a surprise heavyweight record, or a light heavyweight record of 6-2. And Gaskov has a 14-3, fighting out of Russia with a submission loss to Volkan Azdemir.
Ooh.
And Zach is coming off a loss to this Debuk, Jesus Christ, Debakikas or
Modestas
something like that.
Kaskauskas.
Yes, Modestus
Yeah.
or Kauskas. Yeah.
As they measure up, even reach 1 inch advantage in height to Bogdan. So this fight looks like goddamn garbage.
Yeah. But I still go with
Uh,
Puga by decision. I always have a soft spot for those tough guys.
I
I'm
mean,
going with
Baldy's coming off of his debut where he got rear naked choked in the first round. So that also doesn't make him look good after he beat. He's known for mainly knockouts, all
Look, the
finishes, a lot of first round finishes out of the guy. So
look, the
obviously he
bet
counts in.
is over 1.5 at -120. But good God, are we going to be sweating because
Oh, without a doubt.
Bogdan hits hard. Volkov beat him in round one, but there were times where he was fucking rocking on Volkan. And
Yeah.
Paunga doesn't have the best chin. But if we hit that over 1.5, I think you might as well cash your Zach Paunga decision bet as well.
He is right. He did get. That's how he lost the Ultimate Fighter. He got knocked down the second round by by Usman.
Let's see. I want to see what he got in
Hey,
that
and Mo Usman sucks, so that should tell you something.
fight.
Yeah, but
Well,
that was just
wrestling
getting
plus
caught.
punching power. I mean,
He
it's
only
a
hit
good
him 8 times.
combination.
He only hit him 8 times.
Yeah, that was just getting caught. Paunga was looking good and fucking. I definitely have notes on Paunga, and I
Southern.
want to say somewhere it says something like, my biggest issue is he leaves that left hand down when he comes in, and that's exactly what fucking Muhammad caught him with. I think it was a right hook as he was coming in.
I think I remember that too.
Okay, so we're on to Hyder Emil and Fernie Garcia. 8-0. Hyder, I'd be 8-0 with that fucking name. Jesus Christ. The Hurricane.
Pass.
And he is getting a guy coming off a 3-fight losing streak of Fernie Garcia, but they still have him as a big favorite. That seems a bit odd.
I don't like that.
Like an 8-0 fighter doesn't even get a decent line, and then maybe you do some research and say he sucks. It seems
No,
pretty high.
it's
He
because
should be the favorite.
Fernie
He's
is
fighting
coming
with.
off of 3 losses, but the dude, he's a dog. He fights hard.
Well, no,
He's
here
not
I
gonna
now
give
I'm
you a
looking at
win
it.
easy.
So over
Amel
here on
should be the favorite.
Tapology, I
He's
just
training
checked it.
with Gilbert Melendez's team. He should be the favorite.
Yeah. No, Fernie's a plus 170. Emil's minus 200. That must have just been the open nod or something.
Well, regardless, I got Emil by round 2 TKO. Made the most of his fit. I'm actually only one of his finishes are in the first round. The rest are in round 2.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I wanted to look at the line. Yeah. Well, on here it states that from capmma.com, minus 255 to a minus 200 as of today. So he's went down pretty fast. So a lot of people are in the Garcia fan club. It did go down to 160 from the beginning, but kind of odd. Sometimes Tapology always has like a weird opening odds that doesn't match for some reason. And the last fight is Daniel is fighting. Dude, you didn't tell me you were fighting. It even looks like you. Daniel Marcus against an Asian name. So I don't
Air
even try for
Quinlan.
that one.
Air
So,
Quinlan. Or just say
yeah,
the
Quinlan.
Mongolian murderer. Just say the Mongolian.
Mongolian
Orichi
murderer is
Lang.
definitely what I would go to. Daniel Marcus is actually pretty good. I think he wins this fight.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to really look into this one.
Definitely a decision fight.
Everybody and their mom is on fucking Daniel Marcos, but I like Orichi Lang, man.
Really?
Uh, just he's always gonna be in your face.
Yes.
His one loss to Eamon Zahabi. Oh well, no, that's not one loss. He's lost before, but that was his one loss at bantamweight because I think he's come up now. And Eamon Zahabi is he's done pretty good, especially in that fight. It was a lot of moving backwards, stuffing takedowns, sticking the jab, staying long. Um,
Davy Grant.
yeah, Daniel Marcos in that Davy Grant fight, he was willing to stay in that fucking firefight. And I think if that happens, fucking Arichi Lang hits hard and he's going to give up his hips to a takedown. It's going to be a tough one for sure. But the only reason why I'm early picking Arichi Lang is because everybody continues to hype up Marcos. And then I don't know why, because I think it was a collective agreement across Twitter that he lost that decision against Davy Grant. So I don't know. I don't know what's up.
Which one? Let's see. Davy Grant.
Yeah, everybody was real surprised because fucking Davy Grant lost in fucking the UK
Oh
by
yeah.
decision.
I was shocked because I had Davy Grant beating him. Yeah. I had Grant
I'd
subbing
have to
him.
rewatch it. I think the same thing where I thought Davy Grant actually won that fight. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it was kind of crazy for him being at home that he didn't win as well.
yeah. Anyway, uh, I got the Mongolian murderer. He's well rounded. He's done MMA, kickboxing, and custom rules MMA. So he's pretty well rounded. Plus he currently fights Fight Ready. Those guys are pretty good going to decision. Hence his 16 wins by decision. So I'm sticking with him decision.
Yeah,
Bro, it's so funny because there's certain things in MMA that I pay attention to, and then there's like certain things that I don't give a fuck about. And one thing that I just don't ever
the
pay
ring
attention
girls.
to are
They're gonna
like
be the rings.
what gyms people train at. And Daniel knows where every fucking fighter trains at, dude. I don't get it. It's insane.
Typology.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
gotta look
okay,
on
that's
their
why.
tap out.
I'm like, how the fuck does he know every fighter, bro?
Nah, you just go to their fucking profile and
Well,
they'll give you their fucking all of their. Uh, Look, you got the links for the guy's Facebook, his Instagram,
Um,
and the location of his gym. You click
yeah,
on the gym, you get to see everybody that he trains with.
yeah.
yeah, that's what
Plus
I was
show
gonna say.
dogs.
That's why I kept on telling Joe he's an idiot for sitting that shirt on because all it does is tell you their goddamn record.
Yeah.
that's another reason why I like Arishi Lang, just because I'm always down to ride for Fight Ready, and I think Santino DeFranco is really smart when it comes to making game plans for his fighters. It seems like a lot of Mongolians who go over there. I can't think of the other one, but the one that wears the funny pointy hat, he's from over there as well. You know, they all got strange
Uh,
names.
you mean Haley Alton, the
Yeah,
Mongolian
Haley
Knight?
Altalang or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Alatang Haley.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Mongolian Knight.
yeah, Mongolian murder, Mongolian night, Mongolian beef, all of them.
What about this one? Maybe see.
Goddamn Mongolians!
Oh yeah, here he is. Batgirl Dana Storm.
Oh, Batgirl Dana.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not in the UFC anymore, as I'm pretty sure.
I don't
I feel
know.
like I just saw him in another promotion like a month or two ago.
I don't know, but man, you're right. There are quite a number of Mongolians in Fight Ready, the state of Arizona. Damn. Oh yeah. By the way, that was a funny ass episode with South Park.
Heck yeah, it was the
Like,
Mongolians take
how
down
come
my
every time a
seawall.
Chinese man
Yeah.
builds a wall,
Goddamn
Mongol,
Mongolians knocked down
yeah,
my seawall. Yeah.
I'm about to do my war dance now. Do 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 do.
Yeah, that is a good one. That's a classic.
Yeah, all because their kids kept getting kidnapped.
Well, all right, guys, that is the end of the card of next week, and now we can spend all kinds of time researching and watching videos to try to make ourselves think that we know what the fuck we're talking about.
We do
Yeah, a little bit every now and then. We pull out some
decently.
fucking good mustards. So we've got shows on Tuesday to talk about conspiracy theories with Joe. Just joking. He talks about a lot of new focuses on fight announcements. Usually comes up with some pretty good research on a lot of information. You got Andrew as your co-host for that, even though he looks like the real host because we don't trust Joe's phone. You can also catch Friday for fights for the last hurrah on who you're taking and what bets you see as the best opportunities. And then me and Usman got here on our reviews and betting complaints. Uh, Other than that, we'll see you guys next time. Had a good
Rhino, real
time.
quick,
Go
how
ahead.
far are you from Joe? Because I know you guys are close.
Probably like within an hour.
Man, how have you guys never watched a fight together?
I don't know. I have no idea. Probably because we're just two old guys with kids, so we know that it's already a pain in the ass to watch the fights with all of our kids.
Fair enough.
So at least makes sense on that aspect. But we've chatted about it a couple times. We just never done picked this place to go.
Got you.
All right, see you guys on
See,
Tuesday.
see you Tuesday.
Later.
Later.